We all love video games. Everybody that I talk to loves video games. However, have you played a game you love so much but everyone detests? I have a fair share of games that everyone just flat out hates with a burning passion. And that gets me the idea to make a list of the top 5 games I love but everyone detests. There were a lot of games to cover, but I had to narrow it down to 5. So with that being said, let's get started with this list. When you talk about espionage games, people will often bring up either Splinter Cell or the famous Metal Gear series, but not a single person would bring up Rogue Ops. This game was panned by both gamers and critics alike. I mean, sure, it's unpolished at parts, but that doesn't bother me as much. It's actually pretty challenging. Of course, most espionage games are, but the point is, this game is really not that bad. If you can get past its faults, it's really a must-try for people who are looking for something distinctive. Grand Theft Auto is one of the most popular video game franchises of all time. A lot of video game developers tried to make clones to this well-loved series. Driver 3 was awful with its scandal controversy. The people behind The Simpsons made Hit and Run, which is more of a parody than anything. And then there were the true crime games. More specifically, True Crime New York City, a sort of follow-up to Streets of LA. It received mediocre reviews. I actually thought this game's a lot of fun. Yes, it does have bugs here and there, but I didn't come across any that were game-breaking. This is a must-try for people who are looking for a decent GTA clone. I don't own a whole lot of PS1 games. I've already stated my gripes with a couple of them, but no one seems to really care for Final Fantasy VIII. It's a love story, and it's action-packed with an interesting junction system. What's not to like? The only thing I don't really care for is that the enemies tend to be in the same level as you. But for the most part, I love 8. I just don't understand why people bash on it so much. As a survival horror fan, I am curious to know why Silent Hill Downpour gets criticized. Downpour is a million times better than what people are saying. While the graphics may not be the greatest, Downpour has an admirable story that puts Homecoming to shame. The one thing I'd like to point out is an Easter egg of Room 302 from my favorite Silent Hill game of all time. If you're a survival horror fan, just ignore the reviews and play it for yourself. And my number 1 game everyone detests that I love is Devil May Cry 2. I don't know about you guys, but Devil May Cry 2 feels like an improvement from Part 1. The controls are tighter, the gameplay is more fluent and rewarding. Yes, I know about the complaints, but I don't have these kind of problems. This is the game I love but everyone detests. Just as good as Part 1. That's all for the games I love but everyone detests. Stay tuned for a new video where I discuss the number 1 game I despise so much but everyone treasures over. See you then!